So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am featuring the all-new 2022 BMW 520i Luxury. So this is more of a facelift model to the 2021 model, as you can see with this shot. But I'll be very honest, I do like the older look just a bit more. However, for this new one, my favorite part of the car has to be the rear, especially with those 3D LED lights. They look so sick. What I can say about the facelift model, it looks so good. I know I said I do prefer the older look just a bit more, but I do like the new one. It's just slowly growing on me. So there are three variants of this 5 Series here in our market. Of course, starting off with this, the 530i M Sport, and the ever crazy M5 Competition. So being the 520i Luxury, it still costs the same as the pre-facelift model. This costs 4,290,000 pesos. So exactly the same as the old one. Comparing to the old one, you have now L-shaped LED BMW adaptive headlights. So they kind of like corner, something like that. I'm not a tech expert, sorry, but it doesn't serve a purpose comparing to the old one. And then yes, ground clearance still the same. It's 150 millimeters. There's not much fake vents here, being a BMW here on the side. And then yeah, there's not much to talk about, but few creases here and there on the hood. And the only way you can tell this is the luxury line variant. So it just says there below the door luxury line. That is the only indication that this is the luxury variant, because behind it only says a 520i. So side profile of the all new BMW 5 Series, it's your standard BMW, a lot of character lines here and there. Still like the pre-facelift model, side vents are real. And I must say with the old one, I prefer the older design with the wheels. I don't know why, the older one just looks a little bit more aggressive. And now here at the rear, yep, this is definitely my favorite part of the all-new BMW 5 Series. Just look at it. And I did notice there's few gloss black here on the outside, like on the side mirrors and some parts over here. But it's fine. It's on the outside anyway. And like the pre-facelift model, you can kick to open. You know my history with that. But since I don't have the key, you can still use this. Like all luxury cars, yes, you have an electronic boot, and exactly the same as the old one. The boot space here is 530 liters. Everything here in the rear, exactly the same. And to open the false floor underneath here, you have to use whatever. I broke my credit card here before, true story. Yeah, it's kind of hard to open this. Yeah, that's the only toys here in the back. And with the exterior of the all-new BMW 520i Luxury, I'll show you the interior. So this is the interior of the all-new 2022 BMW 520i Luxury line. Before I forget, this also has real exhausts. That's what I like. There's a nice design to it as well. And unlike the previous facelift model, this has soft close. That's so cool. But let's check. Wow, that sounds really solid. And here in the interior, looks familiar, huh? Yeah, because almost everything here is exactly the same as the pre-facelift model. But there are notable upgrades with this facelift model, like more stuff to play here, like I assume in the 12.3 infotainment display, the Dakota leather upholstery, the BMW Live Cockpit Professional. You can talk to the car if you want. I can say exactly the same here, gloss black here and there, but like the old one, the quality in here is still amazing. I don't remember this, the wood trim here on the door and here on the dashboard. That's an upgrade as well from the old one. And then yeah, leather here and there, and then memory seat buttons here, cubby spaces and bottle holders on either side. And also you have the ever popular Harman Kardon system. And then my water jug, oh, surprisingly fits. And then here in the center console, okay, it doesn't go all the way in, but it still holds it in place. And then here, like the old one, you have a wireless charging pad here with a USB port, 2 cup holders, as I said, a 12-volt socket with an illumination around it, and then center console, sturdy as, wow, sturdy as a rock. But the leather here is a bit harder than usual if you tend to rest your knee on it. But at least it's not plastic. I'll take that any day over plastic. And then here on the left side, adjustments for your lights, also wrapped in gloss black. And then your steering wheel, it's girthy, but it's the more on the durable side of leather. Same controls as well as the old one. And since we're here, tell me a dirty joke.
Sorry, I didn't hear that properly.
Oh gosh, here we go. Tell me a dirty joke.
Please retry or say help.
And the infotainment system, exactly the same. You can check like literally everything, like every single thing, your oil temperature, your service requirements, emissions, brake fluid, it's crazy. Just as good as the old one. Yeah, even the maps is exactly the same, crisp AF. And the new addition to this 5 Series is the BMW Live Cockpit Professional. And then you have electronic adjustments for the steering wheel. This is so crazy. Here in the gear lever, exactly the same. There's a lot of gloss black here and the largest parking sensor button I've ever seen. And then you have your swivel wheel here for adjusting the infotainment system. And then there's gesture control as well. I'll try that later. Can you do that? And then here above, there's a lot of gloss black here, even for your lights. But the lights are really bright and they look really nice. And then visor, there's a vanity mirror with the light again here. The visors are really thick but they don't extend like most BMWs. I'll leave that on. And then what else? One nitpick already immediate with this all new 520i. Just being honest, no paddle shifters. But if you're desperate for paddle shifters and more power, you can upgrade to the 530i M Sport. That costs like 4.8 million pesos. Just a little bit more, but if you can afford it, go ahead right and buy that. And then center console box. It's really small, but it does look premium. There's a light there, one USB-C port. My phone fits perfectly in there, but you cannot fit a lot of stuff in there. The seats are really firm, but sadly, like every other BMW or European car I tried, the interior is black. I'm really a bit spoiled with that BMW 730i that I tested a few months ago. Also, the link of that will be in the description down below. But good to know with this all new 5 Series, you can option that cognac interior here. But that's the only interior option according to them. So yeah, that's about here in front of the 520i Luxury. I'll show you the rear seats. So here at the rear of the all-new BMW 520i Luxury line. I love that soft close. And then thick AF. Also you have sunshade covers here. There you go, better lighting. And also same layout here with the lights above. You know my history also with that. And what else can I see here in the rear? Almost exactly the same, apart from the wooden trim here and the ambient light. Everything here is literally the same. The flimsy map pockets on each side, and then here in the center, exactly the same. 2 air conditioning vents. Below that, your controls, 2 USB ports, 1 12-volt socket, and that weird cubby space as well. Also, there's the air conditioning vent again on each side of the pillar, and then you have smaller cubby spaces and bottle holders on either side, along with your Harman Kardon speakers. But surprisingly, my water jug fits here. And then seating here, yeah, the leather, as I said, more on the durable side. Also, there's tethering points here as well behind me, and then 2 ISOFIX anchor points, pop-up ISOFIX anchor points. And then seating here, I'll be honest, just a little bit more comfortable to sit here in the rear. They're a lot softer than the ones in front. And then here, like the pre-facelift model, you still have central armrest with pop-up cup holders. My water jug won't fit, and I'm not planning to push it all the way in because it's plastic and I might break it. And this space looks like there's an extra storage here, no, but it's just there for design. Kinda looks similar with the 7 Series as well. And then if I sit here in the middle, there's a very big transmission tunnel. Yeah, it's impossible to put your feet on top. It's wide though, but it's not bad for me. And if I sit here in the middle, yes, it's more stiffer than the ones here on the side. But I'll be happy to sit here in the middle because there's a lot of space anyways. Yeah, so that's about it here in the... Oh, there's side. What? There's another sunshade here, just here on the side window. What the heck? So, that's about here in the rear. I'll show you the engine. Also, like all BMWs, how to open the hood, you just pull this lever twice. So this is the engine of the all-new BMW 520i Luxury. It's exactly the same as the old one. It's a 2-liter single-stroll turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 184 horsepower and 290 meters of torque, and is mated to an 8-speed ZF transmission. So I assume this will handle and drive exactly the same as the old one, but why not just give it for a dive again? I don't know why BMW don't market it this much. You also have brake regeneration. I'm not sure in all wheels, but there's brake regeneration somewhere. So there's a little battery somewhere here that when you brake, it charges the battery again and just gives a little bit more boost to the engine. So with that let's go for a drive. Also forgot to mention, you have electronic adjustments for the steering wheel. That's crazy. Yeah, brakes are a little bit creaky, but that's typical BMW if it's still cold. So, driving the all-new BMW 520i Luxury, okay, it feels similar, to be honest, with the pre-facelift model. But knowing the additional, here the tech, the live cockpit professional, and the infotainment system, it does feel a little bit more premium. Driving dynamics, immediately I can tell, it feels almost exactly the same, but it nevertheless, it's still a great BMW. And as you can see, NVH is amazing. So let's try, since we're here in Centris, I'll try out the rough part here again. And then here, handling, I'm still in Eco Pro so far. Yeah, the steering is still light. And then pick up, okay, slow speeds, it still picks up pretty well. Of course, it's a BMW. It's meant to be the ultimate driving machine. Yeah, this still somewhat feels similar with the pre-facelift model. Like, this is meant to be a driver's car and a business type of car at the same time. In the rough part here in Centris, okay, the NVH here now is way better than the pre-facelift model. I can confirm that. Look, it went through a rough part. There's not much tire noise. There's just a barely hint of tire noise. That's amazing. Then over bumps, still somewhat similar. And then let's put in comfort mode, the most balanced setting of all the modes for obvious reasons. And then also going over humps, I did notice now compared to the old one, it feels a little bit more softer. I mean, yes, the suspension is still firm. I mean, it's a BMW, but going over them, it feels more composed. Like, look at that. So here now, okay, let's take that out of Eco Pro, Sport mode. I wish there were paddle shifters, but knowing the 530i M Sport exists, that's fine. Yep, composed in the corner, and then like, oh my gosh, that kicks down really, really good. Yep, driving dynamics, almost exactly the same as the pre-facelift model. And of course, like every other BMW, oh my gosh, it will automatically upshift. And brakes, it's a BMW, it's still among the best. The brake feel is excellent. I must say though, driving dynamics handling wise is exactly the same, but I noticed the transmission and how it puts its power down is just slightly better than the pre-facelift model. So BMW did do something, unlike some of car manufacturers out there in general. When they facelift a model, they don't do anything with the powertrain, but BMW did something here. And then comfort mode, okay, still crazy. How it puts its power down, like the old one, is just as crazy. I love it. And then yeah, despite having that brake regeneration, the brakes are not affected. This is no mild hybrid or mild. Can you classify this, Buster, as a mild hybrid? Okay, so it's a mild hybrid, but it's not a pure hybrid. Like the brake feel, they somewhat interchanged. Like it's a long travel, then later on it's a high bite. Like just for comparison, only a Corolla Altis hybrid, the brakes of those are very weird. But for being this mild hybrid, like all BMWs, the brake feel is consistent. Look over this rough patch. Okay, the NVH here massively improved. I really, really like that. Yeah, and also driving modes, exactly the same, feels exactly the same. But no matter what mode, I noticed it puts its power down way, way better than the old one for some reason. So kudos to BMW for doing something after all. And then since we're here, I forgot a few things only. The reverse camera, okay, it's just as good as like every other BMW. And the brake hold, okay, stop, not stepping on it. Okay, that improved as well, the brake hold, the auto hold function. I remember in the old one, I floored it from the stop with the auto hold on. It's a little bit jerky. This one's smooth. Okay, that's really good. Then there's sport mode there. Sport mode, take the corner just a little bit faster. Yep, the body is composed. Like before, it's just as fun to drive as the pre-facelift. Oh my gosh! This 8-speed transmission is among the best out there. Yeah, so what else can I say about this all-new BMW 520i Luxury? Is it worth the upgrade? Yes. You get better looks, you have the LED laser lights, and yeah, better quality here. I mean, the quality here in the interior is exactly the same, but note the additions of the tech, it is way better. And also the fuel economy, surprisingly, 7.1 kilometers per liter. That's not bad at all for a very big car like this. And I keep forgetting here when I test BMWs, just the U-turn test. I know the BMW 730, I just made it. Okay, this one just made it, but the turning circle of this is way less than the BMW 730i for obvious reasons. Another U-turn test. Yeah, this is what I like about BMWs. Their handling is among the best out there. BMW, it's still so fun to drive. So yeah, that concludes my review of the all-new 2022 BMW 520i Luxury. I would like to thank the manager of BMW Auto Alley, Sir Mel and Sir Miguel, again for allowing me to review this new 5 Series. If you want to buy this, go ahead right and buy it because it's still the best in class. So I cannot wait to try out its competitors if ever, but at least I have a benchmark now. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with another BMW review coming up soon. Bye bye.